Welcome to 𝐂𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐑𝐄𝐔. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. As the current time of 12:48 p.m. on Eastern Time on July 15th on Friday, Ethereum closed at $1,209, about 1.43% so far. Perspective over crypto market, we are collectively, both on the equity and the crypto side, looking to rebound. Seems like with respect to there's additional data that has been released last, I would say, 5 hours so far, coming from the Commerce Department. And the depiction is additional information on the recent CPI report that we got on obviously Wednesday. But this numbers is specifically giving us a snapshot around the retail sales as of the month of June. Okay, so it's historical information. And with respect to some of the high-level key points that I'm reading here, it seems like retail sales has risen by 1% in June, slightly higher than the 0.9% estimates. The numbers are not adjusted for inflation, which has obviously risen by 1.3% on a monthly basis, indicating that the sales, is still were slightly negative. But with respect to some of the key contributors on what's really driving this, which is like the story we will try to get out of the essence of this data, is that gas prices from gas stations, online sales, e-commerce wise, which makes sense within the COVID, right? Bars and restaurants as well were some of the biggest contributors. I guess it's kind of a mixed bag, right? It seems like people still need that necessity of gas, so that's why they're seeing some increased activity from the gasoline stations. Online sales, I'm guessing that's contributed to a kind of a mixed bag, domestically, and also a selective geography as well. That more and more people are probably doing some summer shopping because of sales, on a quarter to quarter basis, as we obviously convert into Q2 now. Bars and restaurant, that's another activity that we're seeing among hospitality, right? Seeing people are slowly being more comfortable indoor dining all over again, even though like the variants on the COVID front is still kind of percolating from there, right? And so that's pretty much it on the news front. We are still going to be hearing more depictions from the banks later on this Friday, as we're still getting some earnings on the corporate front around the financial sector. More information for us to kind of stitch into our thesis on where we're going to be landing at going forward as we approach, obviously, the FOMC meeting. And based on the recent survey that I've done earlier today, just looking at this on the screen to make sure that we can see this clearly, it seems like based on our survey of 79 people that I posted an hour ago, seems like most people are calling this basically BS. But the Ethereum merge news. Seems like the dates that they have laid out for us is September 19th. But even in the verbiage as you read the articles that has been released across multiple different publication spectrum, it's non-confirmatory, right? So they're giving us some sort of I don't know, optimism, hopeism, I guess some sort of a hypothetical structure, even though nothing is really concrete yet. But for them to kind of have that, I guess roadmap psychologically does give us some strategic comfort, I guess, right? This is something I wish Jerome Powell would have done, right? Lay that out for us, the step by step, so we know what to expect, right? And by doing that, we will know how to maneuver and potentially counter. So I guess this is a good news, in the short term perspective, obviously, which allowed us to kind of see some green pressure, reaching to the next level of substantiveness, which is 1250. But with respect to I would say the bulk of the I guess you guys psychologically are calling this BS. So we don't have enough, I would say, bullish inertia to get us there, right? But looking into the chart, as we are already 1 p.m. on Eastern time right now, so half of the trading day has been pretty much gone. And you can see that we're clearly still within the frame, right? We go up, to the 1250, we get canceled to come down, we go up again to 1250, you come down, you get canceled again, now you go up 1250 again, you cannot get there, you get canceled down again. So And at the same time, with respect to the MACD front, is still dragged up for quite some time. You clearly got cancelled at 49 out of 70. So seems like it's the same story over and over again. People are definitely becoming more vigilant. Despite this news is relatively something that we've been anticipating for. People still don't get that level of confidence like we used to. So it's definitely a lot of doubt in the market right now, which I can resonate. But with respect to after the FOMC meeting, I do foresee some sort of a rebound, as we have been very plateau and also looking for some level of consolidation, a plateau until we find the landing ground and then take off from here, right? Same thing for the monthly as well. And this is applicable to also Bitcoin. You could see that clearly we've really crossed down for a long time already on a monthly. Very quite depleted on the RSI on a monthly as well. Weekly, obviously very submerged, looking for a landing path. On daily, you still need to kind of cross down and then cross up, right? It seems like we will ideally come down to somewhere around 18,500 to 17,500 from here. And I would say with respect to the overall crypto market, we're trading very similarly, right? Just looking at maybe Solana as an example, it's up 6% right now because it's an altcoin, so it's a little bit more price sensitive in terms of surge. You can see that clearly we're zigzagging, right? Bouncing from the next level, and I'm not making this up, right? This is just technical speaking the truth. 38, it get canceled out, and ideally we will come back down to 33, right? So it's still zigzagging. But on a weekly, right, you could see that clearly we are about to form our golden cross, right? So it's quite bullish on a weekly and also monthly, right? We've been dragging up and down for quite some time now. It is looking for some sort of level of support, right? So across the spectrum, it looks like this. And this is also applicable to not just crypto, but also stocks as well. Like look at Tesla, for example. You could see that we clearly plateau and looking for a platform to launch in the future on a weekly and also on a monthly, right? But on a daily, let's see what happens, right? It's same thing, right? You still, we've been leaped up for quite some time with the 51 out of 70. So looking for some level of coming down later down the road as we approach the FOMC meeting. All right, so I mean, you guys have spoken, so I appreciate you guys for being very vocal about it. And I think the survey is definitely helpful in terms of understanding what everybody, not everybody, but 80 people is a crowd, right? And I think 80 people believing that the Ether merge dates is is basically fake news, or that's going to be a delay again. I guess we have an idea of where we're psychologically going to be going forward, right? So I guess this is helpful and in terms of the anticipatory pressure and how we can hedge the technical front. But investing is all about the setup of the technicals, and understanding the macro and the micro side of the house to stitch your formalized type of approach in terms of how you execute. So appreciate you. Have a good rest of the Friday, and I'll check you on the next one. Take care.